Hello everybody. We have, it's called Original Art. And we're going up against a garbage game. So be it. Welcome to Tpull. This is your host, Travis. The game will actually let us get into a match. It works! 4 lands. Okay, we'll take that. We start with the tapped lands. We've got 3 colors in this deck. We're going to need them all. And how did we get here to this deck? This deck has Errant Street Artist, and it's based around the idea of making as many copies as we can of stuff. And originally we were trying to put together, and by we I'm using the royal we, I mean originally I was trying to create a deck with Cut Your Losses and Errant Street Artist and Vesuvan Duplimancy. And Cut Your Losses is the mill card, and it wasn't working well with Vesuvan Duplimancy. So I cut out Duplimancy and I just did Errant Street Artist and Cut Your Losses, and I made a mill deck. And that was fine. Decklist creates a devil. Attack! But I had this idea that I could combine Errant Street Artist with Vesuvan Duplimancy, create non-legendary copies, and if I have a copy of Street Artist, and then I can copy a spell, if I have enough extra mana, I can copy that copy of a spell twice, once with my Street Artist and once with my second Street Artist. And that was, I think, a misplay because the devil causes a point of damage, which means your 3/2 goes away. And let's see, I've got 2 red, blues. I guess I need 1 more black. And what do we want to do? Do we want to attack? Or do we want to bring down a planeswalker?
I came to talk, but if you'd rather fight, go on. Impress me.
Impress me. We didn't attack and create a devil because we wanted to defend the planeswalker from a possible attack. And to give you an idea of copies that are involved, here's Jaya. She's got an emblem for -8. Whenever you cast a red instant or sorcery spell, copy it twice. You can choose new targets for the copies. Over here we have Dreadfast Demon. You actually when you sacrifice a non-demon creature, you create a token that's a copy of Dreadfast Demon. And over here we have Najal the Stormrunner. Whenever he attacks and you pay 2, you can cast your next instant or sorcery for the turn and copy it. So we've already got cards that we can copy spells and create copies of tokens with. And the whole reason that Errant Street Artist works is because you can't have her copy a spell that's cast. You can have her copy spells that are copies. Enemy has already scooped. And we only played 1 creature and 1 planeswalker. So I guess we'll go in and show you the rest of the deck real quick. After we see what new card we just got. I already have 4 of that. All right, so the name of the deck is called Original Art. Where are you? There you are. And that's because of the text on Vesuvan Duplimancy that says that there's been no original thinking for a while. But I haven't seen a deck like this anywhere, so it seemed pretty original to me. And we took the art from Street Artist. So we had 3 copies of Errant Street Artist. Copy target spell you control that wasn't cast, so it means anything that we copy. And over here with Vesuvan Duplimancy, whenever you cast a spell that targets only a single artifact or creature you control, you create a token that's a copy of that artifact or creature, except it's not legendary. So if we have Errant Street Artist out and we shore her up with Hexproof, and Vesuvan Duplimancy's out, we're going to create a copy of Street Artist. It has the same ability to copy spells. Alright, so to power the Duplimancy against with our creatures, we got 4 copies of Shore Up and 4 Slip Out the Back for removal and eaten alive. Ghastly Sigil, because the casualty could work with Street Artist. We've got In the Festivities to deal a point of damage to every creature, and then if we have You're Already Dead in our hand, we can destroy a particularly troublesome creature out of all of them and draw a card. We've got Triska Decaphile, which means no maximum hand size, which can come in handy sometimes. And there's an alternate win condition for us there, because if we have, at the beginning of our upkeep, if we have exactly 13 cards in hand, we win the game thanks to her. We have Fires of Victory. If the spell was kicked, draw a card, but it deals damage to target creature or planeswalker equal to the number of cards in your hand. And that merges quite nicely with Trisky, because we can go more than 7 if we need to. We have a couple of Lightning Strikes, and we have Twinferno. And sometimes I get out a creature like a 5/5 creature and I just give it Double Strike and we win. But the reason it was originally put into the deck is for the first choice. When you cast your next instant or sorcery, you copy the spell and choose new targets if you want. So if I have a Lightning Strike and I cast Twin Inferno first, we have 2 Lightning Strikes. And if we have Errant Street Artist down and 2 more mana to use her, we can use her activity to copy the Twinferno copy of Lightning Strike. So that'll give us 3 different spells that do 3 damage to any target. So that could be 9 to the face of the enemy. It could be 9 to take out a Titan of Industry, whatever. We have 3 Demonic Bargains. We can exile the top 13 cards of our library, which we're willing to do because we have 120 cards. We search our library for a specific card, put that card into our hand and shuffle. That's if we think we have a good combination coming up and we have all the pieces except 1. We're willing to go dig for it. If we're really in trouble and about to die, we'll go find a land if we have to, if that's what we need. Okay, Runo Stromkirk. When it enters the battlefield, put up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard on top of your library. Then we get to look at the top card of our library. If the creature card is mana value 6 or greater, you get to transform Runo Stormkirk into Crothus, Lord of the Deep, to the right. And whenever he's attacking, you can create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of another attacking creature. So our only big creature here really is Dreadfast Demon. So if he happens to be in the graveyard, we could transform Runo. We have Obnoxilus the Adversary, and we can create copies of him with the Casualty ability. And that means if we do have to sacrifice another creature to do that, but if Street Artist is out, we can create a copy of that copy. And since already at the top it says the copy isn't legendary, that means we could have 3 Obnoxiluses out instead of 2. Maestro's Charm. Look at the top 5 cards of your library, or each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life, or deal 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. 3 choices, whatever you need at the moment. 3 copies of Maestro's Diabolist. They have Death Touch and Haste. Whenever it attacks, if you don't control the devil token, you create one. It's tapped and attacking. And that's exactly the same type of devil token that Obnoxilus benefits from their second loyalty power there. Sorin the Mirthless, 1 copy. We can create vampires. We can deal 13 damage with his -7. Or we can just look at the top of our library and figure out if we want the card in our hand. Jaxus the Troublemaker, 2 copies of this legendary warrior. We can discard a card, create a token of a copy of another target creature. It gains haste, and when it dies, you draw a card. So this could be handy just to create a token real quick that could be sacrificed for Obnoxilus. There's so many things you can do with this card. Just create an extra token copy of a creature to attack that you don't mind if it's going to die. Maybe create an extra token of a devil creature if you need it. We have Jaya, Fiery Negotiator. We spend a lot of time creating red monks, but we could exile top cards. We could target a creature and deal damage, depending on how many creatures we have attacking, or we could get that emblem to copy things. One copy of Carmella Glamour Thief, 2/4 with haste, legendary vampire. You can tap to add for 3 colored mana, but you spend it only to cast instant or sorcery spells. When she dies, you return up to 1 card from your graveyard to your hand. It's got to be instant or sorcery. So this is just kind of a neat little way that when she dies, we can get, like Twin Inferno back or Eaten Alive back, whatever we might need that we've used already. We need Fires of Victory, we'll get it back when she dies. Brass Knuckles, when you cast this spell, copy it, and the copy becomes a token, and equipped creature has double strike. If you get one of these down with Errant Street Artist and you're able to copy that, you'll end up with 3 copies instead of 2. Do that a couple times, you have like 6 copies of Brass Knuckles instead of 4, and so you got 3 creatures with double strike instead of 2. We have Illicit Shipment, another way to search through your deck, and if we want to get rid of a casualty card, right, a creature, maybe we make a creature with Jaxus and sacrifice it for 3 power, and we can copy the spell. If we've got an Errant out, we can copy it again and search for 3 different cards. Burn Down the House, we have 2 copies of that as usual for board wipes, but they also work with Obnixilis, right, in terms of the red devil creature tokens. We have Najal the Stormrunner that we've already mentioned that was in our hand earlier. He can copy things if we pay 2 while he's attacking. We have Evelyn the Covetous, a legendary vampire. She has Flash too, so we can play it on our opponent's turn. When she enters the battle, you get to exile the top card of each player's library, and then once each turn you can play a card from exile if it was exiled by an ability you controlled. And let's see, what else do we have? We have the 3 Vampire Wars here, so if she's out and these guys come in, we can exile again, and they get we can do it multiple times, depending on how many vampires we have. And of course, remember, Sorin can create black vampires, so maybe if we time it right, we can get a lot of stuff out of that. We have Solkanar, the Tainted Legendary Demon. At the beginning of your end step, you get to choose 1 out of 4 choices. Draw a card, make your opponent lose 2 life and you gain 2, or deal 3 damage to a target creature or planeswalker. The final thing is you exile him, then return it to the battlefield under an opponent's control. We're looking to maybe sacrifice him to Jaxus or to create Obnixilis before we get to that point. Then we have 3 copies of Arcane Bombardment. We can copy cards exiled with Arcane Bombardment. I wonder how that would work with Errant Street Artist. We'll have to experiment with that. Then, Jin-Gitaxias, Progress Tyrant. Whenever you cast an artifact, instant, or sorcery spell, you copy the spell. It just happens automatically. If we got Errant around again, we're making another copy, so we've basically got 3 spells instead of 2. And then finally, the 6/6 Flyer Dreadfast Demon. At the beginning of our end step, you sacrifice a non-demon creature. It's not a you may, you have to sacrifice a creature. So if there's only one choice that's left, you're going to do it. And you create a copy of the demon. Alright, and the rest is just lands to try and make sure that we get all of our 3 lands out. We got 4 Fields of Ruin, we got 4 Maestro's Theaters, we got 1 Uncharted Heaven, and I should probably have 1 more land in there somewhere, but I stopped at 120 cards. So it can be a large, unwieldy, complicated mess with a lot of decisions, which means it's exactly the type of deck I like to play. It was kind of over quickly there for our first match, so let's see if we can demonstrate more of the deck. The things I do just to try and make 2 cards work together. Going to take us a while to cast that. And of course, we're coming up against a ton of aggro, right? So this is probably green-white Selesnya. Yep. Citizen deck. So what do we want to choose? We want to choose blue, I bet. So we have blue on the board represented. And they give us a Civil Servant. Okay, fine. Okay, I guess we need to get rid of somebody. That's an instant, so we can afford to wait, right? Let's see if they put out somebody even more devastating. Creatures. Alright, let's just kill you. We really need more land. Didn't get it. We'll go ahead and put him out as a blocker, I guess, to stop the 1/1s. We only have 2 copies of him in the deck. I'm wondering if that's 1 copy too many. If I had to cut somebody from the deck, I mean, he is a vampire, so he works a little bit with the synergies of the deck that involve vampires. But he might be one of the weakest links. I might cut him down to just 1. Okay, you're tapped out. I guess they don't mind losing the 1/1s as long as they get the damage in on me. They want to kill me quick. We can decline that. Let's go ahead and do this. Wait, let's see. 2, 4. Should I? Yeah, let's do this. Have you slip out the back. Attack with you. Hit you for 2 points of damage. Draw a card. Hope it's a land. It's still not a land. We get the more expensive card. I tried to do all that just to clear our hands so we'd have some room for good stuff. Everything's too expensive right now, and I've missed land drops. And when you're facing the weenie aggro decks, that's really like death. So we're gonna die in what, 2 turns? So we got 1 turn left to do anything. I don't think Carmela's gonna be enough. It is a land. We can reveal it. Woohoo! We got a land. We got a creature. We be done. We be done for. It took you a minute, didn't it? I think we're dead no matter what, yeah? That's like a turn 5? Turn 5 kill? They keep getting that right on curve. That's like the perfect hand for them. Like they needed the perfect hand just then, right? Well, let's go ahead and make that quick change real quick, just because I've been considering it for a while. It shouldn't hurt us to remove 1 creature. And I think at this point, let's see, where are we? Original art. I think I would rather not be starved for land. So we're going to remove 1 copy of that. And let's go, I need to do it this way. Let's go in here. Come on. And we want to look in Dominaria United. Can we just get lands that way? Saying 0. There we go. Plaza of Heroes. That way we have something to help protect our legendary stuff. It gives me 1 extra land. Still, even at 120. That's what we do. We iterate 1 card at a time out of 120 cards until we find that perfect mix. Pumpkin Panic is our opponent. Is that because they panic when they see the pumpkin, or they cause pumpkins to panic? I don't know what's going on. We got Uncharted Haven again, right up front. Hello. Looks like we need the red. This is going to be werewolves. Let's do that. We will pass. If we have to pass a lot during werewolves, it's going to flip to night, and it is not going to be fun. We do need lands first, so... Why are you saying oops? Did you forget to play? Were you auto-passing? Attack! It is a werewolf deck. Great. I don't have the 2 red for that. Let's just put Jaxus down then. Attack with the Death Toucher. A Haster. They don't want to trade. Okay, what do we want to do? We want to get rid of the Village Watch. No, I don't want to activate her. I just want to attack. For 2 points real quick. Okay. Kill Majaxus. Guess it's fair. Uh-oh. +2? That's terrible. Can I do anything to stop that? I can't. Oh, it's not nighttime. They messed up. And they quit. They scooped because they messed up on the calculation. I wish I could take credit for that. I think I've done that myself a time or two. You gotta make sure there are certain spells that work in the werewolf deck only when it's night, or they work better when it's night. Spells that are cheaper, or they give you a better plus up. But they don't do anything during the daytime. So if you're not paying attention, that is the one tricky part about the wolf deck. Werewolves and zombies are usually killing me with a pretty decent consistency. Now we've got all these artifacts to worry about in Brothers War. We get to go first. Good, I think we're going to need the help. We've got some good cards, we just need the mana to get there. Wizards has kind of geared the format with the power increases and the natural abilities of things like white with their armies, or let's see, we'll do that. Just everything seems to be sped up right now. Red aggro seems just as fast as ever. Citizen deck again. This is a very popular deck. I don't want to put out Obnixilis. He's just way too vulnerable versus a 2/3. That would just be a waste. Oh, gross. Uncharted Haven. Okay, so what do I have? I have the 2 red that I need. I'm gonna need 2 blue eventually, but I think I'm also gonna need 2 black. Here they're just building up, building up, building up. I got a Triskaidekaphile. That is not helpful in this particular situation, so we can't just do nothing. Maybe this will stop the 1/1s, but they have enough to cast Take to the Streets already. Adeline. Okay, now I really need a land. Hold for ransom. Can't use abilities now, right? Oh no, wait. I can't attack or block, but... Can I use the abilities? I can. And I get to bring it back to my hand. Sweet! How's that for a combo, sports fans? Three damage to a creature. Pass. Now we're cooking with gas. Really? Because you're going to untap and create another citizen? Is that really worth the effort? Well, I guess if you need citizens as opposed to regular human creatures. Ooh, Arcane Bombardment. Can't resist that puppy. No attacks. How about you lose 2 life and I'll gain 2 life? That sounds fair. Now that's going to be irritating. Let's see. What do I want to do? No attacks in the turn. Draw a card. It's just a land. I'm kind of flooding out with land now. Pass. Oh, hello. Kind of solved my problem for me, didn't they? Now I don't need to worry about Sulkanar going to the other side. Okay. That still doesn't matter. Plus, I can now get rid of your ability to draw an extra card. What is the least frequent color that I have left in my lands? At least for the basics. Red, I guess? Okay, so they feel good about killing a creature that might have gone over to their side. And we feel good about burning down the house. Yep, feeling pretty good about that. And this is where Arcane Bombardment kicks into place. Let's put this down. My turn. Not the best one, so we'll just use Fires of Victory. We'll kick it to add a card. And we're going to use Burn Down the House because that's our only choice. We're going to create 3 red devil creatures. Bam! And we're going to sacrifice one of those devil creatures. So we get 2 Obnixilis. Do a damage there. We didn't have enough to copy, but
I've
that's all right.
conquered entire plains. One city by coin or carnage.
This will make him discard a card before too soon. Yep. Yeah, you can't do take to the streets with no creatures. And we attack with haste.
Plead for mercy.
The deck is synergizing quite well. I just don't quite have the copying ready that I wanted to do. We're not really afraid of people with toughness power of 1, are we? Because we can do this.
Your punishment
Is my entertainment.
Defy me, and you'll lose everything.
Our health kind of went up, didn't it? And we're done. Oh, this looks interesting. Hold for ransom. Another gathering throng. They're going to want to go after our planeswalkers. They're going after 1 because I can block with the other one. So they want to be sure they get at least 1. Ooh, draw a card. Let's see. Why do I have this? Blah, 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 blah. Why is this acting like I can cast that? I can't. Sweet. Which one did Grizzly go after? That one, so we want the second one. And burn down the house to give us more red devil creature tokens. Oh yeah. Najal's power. His other ability, you can cast sorcery spells as though they had flash. I forgot about that. Thanks. If you like that, you're gonna love this stuff.
Fighting everything with fire burns all your bridges.
Go ahead. Plead for mercy. Defy me, and you'll
Next.
lose everything.
Good game. Arcane Bombardment plus Planeswalkers equals a win. And yet we still haven't gotten to Vesuvan Duplimancy, and we still haven't gotten to really copy anything with Errant Street Artist yet. We'll try one more. Ooh, Religmons. Do I have 3 or 4 copies of him now? If we don't get it in this video segment, I may have to bring this deck out for a second time, and maybe I'll try and cherry pick a match that actually allows me to demonstrate what I want to demonstrate about the deck. I kind of like the way it's performing, you know, as is. But sometimes when I've got a deck concept, I want to showcase that particular concept. And Magic the Gathering Online Arena does not always cooperate with me. Okay. Go ahead and put that down now. We've got... We'll see if we get him out next turn or not. Oh no. Is this going to be the Oni Cold deck? Okay, I guess we have to get the red. Circuit Mender. With both of those out early on, we're gonna die quickly, aren't we? I guess we'll put out Cormella. A second Circuit Mender. This might work. Voltage Surge. Shoot. I didn't think they would have that along with all the other stuff right then. That is the perfect way to ruin what I was gonna do. I was going to play Shore Up the next turn with her when they attempted to use one of these Dragon Spark reactors to kill her. And they're just firing on all cylinders, aren't they? Let's go ahead and get Cormella back. And now we have a flying blocker. And if we keep one blue ready with Shore Up, it won't stop them from hitting us in the face and dealing tons of damage. But we can fool them. And we can block anyone they might think to send our way for a turn or two. Gives up his Air Force. Okay, I like that. Reveal. They already know who that is, right? That's no big surprise there. Alright, so we bring that down, and we're done. Twin Shot Sniper. Okay. Probably gonna go for my face. Yeah. We need some life gain out of here somehow. I think he's just going to save up until he has enough. Decline. I'm not sure that more land is what I needed just then.
A 1,000 years and they never learn not... The experience will do you good.
Can Dragon Spark attack planeswalkers? Nope, just target creatures. It's getting close to lethal. And he's just not running out of stuff. Not attacking either. Okay, so... Can I do that? Let's go look for a card. 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get Burn Down the House. They don't know what that is, right?
Taught them everything they know.
Still has... Shoot. I don't have any life gain yet. And he can just start bum rushing me to get my health down low next. I don't have enough mana to search and burn down the house and get my life gain. Okay. Let's see. Whoops, we didn't want to do that. Oh, shoot. I messed that all up. I didn't mean to do that at all.
Fine.
Okay. So, if I tap her, and I go burn down the house, that gets rid of everybody. Then I can bring this back up. But I don't have the right mana. I should have pre-tapped. Shoot! I had legendary. No, that's only good for the color if you're casting a legendary spell. Well, I add mana of legendary permanents you control. The auto tapper did me no favors there. That was my fault. I should have looked closely. I could have gotten 3 life there. It was unlikely we were going to beat that. I don't think I had a way to get rid of the artifact. It might have been hard to get the life gain, but we'll never know. I should have, if I just tapped that land before when I had the chance, I could have at least given us 3 more life gain. And then I could have gone to look for something like my Planeswalker. Give me a couple life every turn. Alright, let's pull up the deck real quick just for you to have another look. I don't want to make this video over long for people. and it did pretty well. I think we're at 50-50 basically. Yeah, see, I could have done the demonic bargain to go get Obnixilis and gotten a couple of life each round if I'd done that more correctly. So too many misplays. All right. Is there anything else I want to say about this? Now I'm gonna play around with it some more. I'm not sure if I'll tweak anything or if I'm happy with the current deck configuration. You saw us win a couple of battles fairly easily, even against the aggro decks. It worked out kind of well, and we might have even had a chance against that stupid artifact deck. I usually hate playing that, especially to tape the content, because it's such a slow match, and they usually take a long time to make their decisions. But they didn't draw. They drew like 6 lands, and that was it. And they just kept drawing creature after creature after creature. And when you've got that artifact out, it makes it tough. Anyway. We'll try again. I think I'll try and cherry pick the next time with what I can tape, and we'll make sure we get the combo out, and we'll show it off for you, and then we'll really show you some good fireworks beyond what you've seen here. So that's it for me. Thanks for coming to Tpull's Corner, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks. Have a good one.